This video is a free service of Credit.org's Fit Academy.
Welcome to Budgeting 101. My name is Sherry Stewart. I'm the Education Department Manager and a Certified Consumer Credit Counselor at Springboard Nonprofit Consumer Credit Management. I invite you to take the optional pre-quiz at the beginning of this course, which will help you gauge how much you thought you knew about budgeting. Then, when you complete the course, take the post-quiz to see how much you've learned. By successfully passing the post-quiz, you'll be able to download your personalized document of achievement. Be sure to also download the free ebook and tracking sheets that accompany this course. Let's jump right in. When you need to change your life and get control of your finances, you need to start right away. Your first step is to stop incurring new debt. If you're ever going to get out of the hole, you have to stop digging right now. From now on, you should strive to live on a cash basis. Get used to paying cash for things whenever you can. As we continue, remember that budgeting is an ongoing process. You may stumble at first, just take it one day at a time and stick with it. Keep adjusting your budget until you come up with something you can live with. We've helped thousands of people just like you to work their way out of debt. We know you can do it too.
Hi, I'm Lori Lamb, Credit Education Supervisor and Certified Consumer Credit Counselor for Springboard. Before you create your first budget, you need to track your spending. You should track your spending for a full month before you construct a new budget. If you don't, you won't know what your monthly expenses are. We also suggest that you keep tracking after you establish a budget to make sure you're sticking to your plan. There are many ways you can track your spending. You can record your spending on a daily calendar. You can carry a notebook with you and jot down everything you spend. You may even use your checkbook register. You could just keep all of your receipts and sort them out later. Or you can also use a computer to track your spending. Either use software like Quicken or Microsoft Money, or check out a free web service like Mint.com. However you choose to track your spending, it's important that you track everything and stick with it. That means every time you put 50 cents into a vending machine, you need to track it somewhere. If you're going to plug your budget leaks, you need to know where every dollar is going. Our budget sheets suggest many categories for tracking your expenses, including housing, which should include your mortgage payment or rent, property taxes, utility bills, and any other expenses directly tied to your home. Another category is automotive expenses, which should include gas, insurance, repairs, and DMV registration, as well as your car payments. Your food budget should include groceries and dining out, plus things like snacks and pet food. Include as many categories as you need to. Cover all of your expenses, including medical, retail shopping, entertainment, taxes, savings, and gifts. If you track your spending carefully, we guarantee you will learn new things about yourself. Tracking alone can show you things you didn't know about your spending habits. Once you've tracked your expenses, you'll have important information you need to construct a new, more effective budget.
Hi, I'm Michelle Mealy, Education Coordinator and Certified Consumer Credit Counselor for Springboard. You'll need to know how much money you have coming in before you can budget it. We usually think of tracking income as a pretty easy task. Most of us have a regular paycheck that comes in the same amounts every week or 2 weeks. But it's important to include all of your sources of income when you track. Do you rent a room in your home? Does anyone owe you money? Our ebooks and tracking sheets have some suggested categories. We can also help you find additional sources of income if you come up short. Garage sales are a good way to make some extra income while getting your home organized. We want to stress that alternate sources of money like tax refunds are treated as income. If you receive a tax refund, don't waste it on frivolous spending. When you get money, no matter where it comes from, you should include it in your budget and apply it to your expenses, debt payments, and goals.
Hi, I'm Sherry Stewart, Education Department Manager and Certified Consumer Credit Counselor for Springboard. At After you've calculated your income and tracked your spending, it's time to think about what your financial goals are. Why are you thinking of creating a budget in the first place? Goals will take time to achieve. You want to think about when you hope to complete your savings goals so you know how much to set aside. Most of the people we counsel are trying to eliminate their credit card and other debts. This is a good goal for most consumers to include in their budgets. We divide goals into 3 different categories. Short-term goals are those that can be accomplished within 1 year. Buying a new television or computer or perhaps saving for a family vacation might be a good short-term goal that you could achieve in 12 months or less. Medium-range goals take no more than 5 years to achieve. Saving for a down payment on your first home might be a good mid-range goal. Long-term goals take 5 years or more to achieve. Saving for a college education is a common long-term goal. A crucial long-term goal is to save for retirement. That's a goal you'll probably be working towards for most of your lifetime.
Hi, I'm Carlos Vargas, Bilingual Education Coordinator and Certified Consumer Credit Counselor for Springboard.
After you calculate your income and expenses, then you will need to add everything up to create your final budget. Then add your debt payments in addition to the amount that you want to save each month to meet your final goals. Balance your monthly budget by subtracting your total expenses from your net income. At this point, you will know if you're in a deficit or in a surplus. If you are in a deficit, you will need to find areas to cut or reduce expenses or ways in which you can increase your income. Balance your budget by subtracting your total expenses from your net income. At this point, you will know if you're at a deficit or at a surplus. If you find yourself at a deficit, you will need to find areas to cut or reduce your expenses or look at ways in which you can increase your income. Our budgeting charts divide expenses into 2 categories: necessary and discretionary expenses. Discretionary expenses or wants are the first items you should look to make cuts if your budget doesn't balance. We can't give you exact guidelines because everybody's budget is different, but here's a general idea of how your spending should break down. Housing should be around 35 to 45% of your budget. Your auto and transportation budget should be around 15, but no more than 25%. Your monthly utility bills, including gas, electric, water, sewage, trash, and telephone, should be 8 to 15% of your monthly budget. 10 to 20% of your budget should go towards food. Medical expenses should be 8 to 15% of your budget. Clothing and accessories should be 3 to 5% of your budget. Savings are a crucial part of your budget, often overlooked. You should strive to save as much as possible for emergencies, retirement, and other goals. For now, set aside 5 to 10% of your income for savings, but eventually you should try to save as much as 20%. That will probably have to wait until your debts are paid off though. Miscellaneous expenses should be 5 to 10% of your budget every month. This is a big category for most people, so you'll probably have to make some cuts here to balance your budget. Up to 20% of your monthly budget can be set aside for debt payments, not including your auto loan or mortgage. This category will involve credit cards for most people. If your debt payments are taking up more than 20%, you may have a problem that may need some serious help.